Hello chickens, welcome back to my channel. Angela here again, and it's Easter Sunday, so a very happy Easter to all of you if you celebrate that. I am here today to bring you a little update of some of the things I've made from the collaboration and a little project to put into our journal signatures. So I was watching Jez from Angela Creates, and she was making hidden paper clips, and I've just made some of the goodies that she made. She did these, and I've just made them in my style with my bright and shabby. So I've made some others as well. So this is just wider. I've added ribbons. I've used this sort of paper and just stuck on these little elements that are from Rach and my kit. So these can go onto your pages. As you can see them on both sides of the page, so that's really handy. I used some of my sentiments just to make a hidden paper clip there, so I've done that in the same style that Jez did. So yeah, I find these are really useful for decorating on plainer pages, and as she said, you can use them as tuck spots and all sorts. This was a great one because it's 2 tags and they've got little pockets. So I just did them like this, and I stuck some fabric behind mine, so that's what I've done there, and that can go over a page and it's firmly in place with a paper clip. So yeah, just some of the ideas that I've seen and had time to do. And of course with these sorts of ones, which I've made quite a few, it's great to tuck things behind. So if you're wanting to put a piece of ephemera on there, you can do it and it's going to stay in place. So thank you, Jez, for that. And yeah, I encourage you to go over to Jez's channel and go and have a look how she did all of these. I need to find places for those in my journal signatures, which I will do. Okay, so on to today's project. It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of my own, so bear with me. Okay, so I've got this signature from one of the 4 signatures, and what I've done is I have made one of these pockets. Now, Gail was doing something with pockets and the flip out pockets, and that sort of reminded me about a project that I did in my vintage traveler's notebook, the vintage notebook, where I did this version of it. So I'm going to put that into this journal. Thanks, Gail, for that little inspiration. So then I saw these lovely ruffles being made. I think Berry Mix Journals and Pixie K Designs, they were doing ruffles, so I've just added some ruffles to this as well. So combining all the different elements there as well. This has lots of lace. It's very shabby and bright, so we've got that. I've used one of Rachel's pages, I'll show you in a minute. And then it's got a flip out as well, like that, and all the tags. I'm going to put it into the middle here like that with my book page, because I quite like how that's sort of laid up. All right, so yeah, that's what it looks like there. And then on the back of that, I have got this little bit as well. So I'll show you how I make these in a different design and show you which pages I use for this one. So that's what we're going to do today. Really love this here. You can open that up. You've got all your tags in here. So this is one of the tags I cut, and I'll show you what I cut it from. Put it onto card. It's one of Rachel's collage pages, and I've used 2 of those, I think, for the 2 that I'm making today. Right, I'm not going to struggle. And then I have the same collage page I did with the beautiful brolly. I've done that there. That goes into this one over here, and then we have this one, which is part of that same collage page as again. All right, so what I did here was I have used 2 pages to make this one, and I'll show you what they are now. So that's going to go in there. The pages that I used for that one are, right, so here are the pages. I used this for the tags. So as you can see, I cut a piece there, and a piece in the middle. All right, I think mine were 4 inches, just over 4 inches. You need to measure your paper. Obviously it's slightly different in length with a US letter and an A4. We're talking about 1/4 of an inch here. So I've taken that bit, and then this bit for the middle. All right, so that's the tags. And then the actual base, I used this page here, and that's from my background pages, and this is from Rachel's, and you can see how beautifully they work together. All right, so that's what I had for the first one I've shown you. The principle to do this is exactly the same. I'm going to show you how to make one for another signature now. So I'm going to put those pages aside and show you what you need for that. So the first thing is I've used this to make those tags. All right, so I've got them here to show you, so you can see. So I've first of all, the first thing I do is I stick this with my glue stick to some hard board. All right, so you're looking at like 300 GSM, so that's probably 110 pound weight. All right, it's the first thing. And then what I did was I do this not first, do this last. I've cut out my tag, so that one is from there, this one is from here, and then the other one, this one, is from here. All right, so just to show you what I've done. So that's how I go about that. I've just put ribbons in the top there. I've added little elements onto this, sentiments from the kit, my kit. Just added those two there, and on this one I've added one of the little shovels from the fussy cuts. Okay, so that's what you got to do there. Then what we are going to do here is we're going to use this page from my kit and the lovely aqua stripes, distressed stripes from Rachel's kit. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I've got all sorts of fussy cuts on my table here. I'm using flowers, I'm using all sorts of bits and bobs, we're even using fabric. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Now the very first thing that you need to do is you want to take these two and join them together. I'm just looking for I'm going to use my Bailey Art glue. So I am just going to lap these over slightly, like 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to just get this stuck down like this. All right, and then you're going to just lap this over slightly. Now because it's stripes, it's easier to see if you've gone straight or not. So I'm just making sure that it is correct. All right, and you just stick that down like that. Okay, I have got one prepped, so I'm going to not wait for things, I'm going to move. Right, now there's only one measurement that you need to do here, really. All right, the rest is just by sight, so that's good to know, isn't it? And that measurement is 4.5 inches from the side here. Okay, so I'll tell you what that is. 4.5 inches takes you to here. Okay, use your pencil. Now that in centimeters is 11.5 centimeters. Okay, so what you need then is not much. You want your bone folder, and what I want to do is just fold that, turn it over. I've got my little finger mark there, and you want to just get that folded over. Now all you need to do with these folds is just make sure that these line up, so this edge is on that edge. Okay, and just run your finger at the top like that. So there we go, give that a nice burnish. All right, now what I want you to do is just bring the other side over, don't bend it yet, and again another 1/8 of an inch. You want to just glue that. Easy to do, and this works in absolutely any theme. Now all I'm doing here is I am moving this, keeping this on this edge here until I get it to line up with this edge here. Okay, so we're just lining those up like that. Yeah, and from this side move your hand over, just make sure that those edges are staying lined up, and then just flatten it. Okay, like that. So that's what we've got. You've got that over there, and you've got that over there. Okay, now what we're going to do is, we've got a flattened section here. Just put some glue, like a bead. We're going to run a bead right across the bottom, only the bottom. Now, if you've got a US letter, you might want to make the 4.5 inches 4 1/4, but it's not a must. All right. Make sure you get your lady this side. All right. Now, I've put the glue on the bottom there, so I'm just going to run that over like that. And while that dries, I'm taking my bone folder, and where the edge of that page is, just putting my ruler on there, right on the edge. Just give this a good score with your ruler, like that. Okay, now you should really wait for this to dry a few secs, but as I say, I have got another one. Right, so what we want to do now is we want to take our ruler, and let's do it this way first, so it's easy where we can see, and then we can turn it the way we want it. Okay, so take your ruler on that score line, just take your bone folder, run it underneath. All right, and now you know where the fold line is. Again, line it up with the base here. That way you know your fold is straight. Now don't worry about Abby being folded in half there. We'll deal with her in a minute. We're not going to have half a dog. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we've got that there. Now I am going to fold this the other way. All right, so we've got the fold line, so we know where it is. You want to fold it the other way. Again, just making sure that these lines are matched. Yeah. Okay, so you got your lady here now. You got Abby there. She's not chopped in half. And all I want you to do now is to decide how much you want to fold this over. All right. Now, what I tended to do was fold it over there, and then where that extra bit is, I just took my bone folder. You can make it more or less. There's no rules. And I just ran the bone folder there like that. Okay. So the only measurement we needed was the initial 4.5 or 4 1/4. Again, that measurement is depends on you as well. Right, so here again, I think it's easier for me to do it this way around. I'm going to just to keep it flat, I'm going to go right to the edge of that paper again. Sorry, not there. The line we just made, the score line. Sorry. And run it like that. Yeah, that just keeps it nice and smooth. That's the reason I do it. And then you can go and burnish that in there. Right, so just give it all a nice burnish. So you've got your flip out over there, and you've got this one over here. Now these two don't lap or anything, although you could do lots of things where you could. All right, so you've got your little flip out there. This is where your spine is going to be. What I want to do now is just to show you, we're going to make these are pockets at the top here. With sewing that in, you will into your signature, that will seal that off from these two. And so what I tend to do is just put a little thumb notch here. Now I can just, I'm gauging it here. Oops. All right. Now what I do is just to keep them in the same place, although you don't need to because they're not going to be next to each other or anything. You can just draw on there like that. It's just so that you can sort of centralize it like that. Okay, and then the last one, make it a little bit shallower like that. All right, so you've got a pocket there with a big card that can go in, those cards that we made, these ones. As you can see, that will fit in there perfectly. That will go in there, and that's going to end up in there. All right, so that's what we have done so far. Now I have inked You want to ink everything if you like inking, and that takes a long time. So I have already done that with this one. Okay, so I've inked up all the edges there. I don't want to bore you with that. And all around the sides with whatever color you choose. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to add some embellishments, don't we? So what I did was I did follow along with the lovely Shiva, who did the, I think, berry journals, and she made lovely ruffles, and I wanted to do those as well. So I have taken some of my fabric, and I have made 2 ruffles. I've added some, I don't know if you can see this, like Swiss dot scraps in the middle. All right, so I've just pleated it and put it through my sewing machine. You can hand stitch through the middle, which gives it a lovely look. Then I am going to stick that down over here. All right, then I did the same thing, and why I've got this to show you is I wanted to put this on the edge, but there wasn't much space here. So I thought, well, it would be nice to have it peeking through there. I quite like that. However, I didn't want it to be like that on the underside, because that didn't appeal to me. So what I did was I took 2 pieces of fabric. So I'm just going to use this as an example so you can see. If you take your fabric, and this is just a 1-inch wide strip, I'm just going to take the bottom of it to show 2 pieces. I have put them wrong sides together like that and pleated them like that and sewn them. Okay, that way when you do that, you have got a right side on both sides. Okay, because now when I put that behind there, and it's going to be this way because that's Swiss dots there, I'm going to see the nice fabric on that side. And when I turn it over and flip it out, I'm also going to see the nice fabric on that side. So that's what I've done with that. Okay, so let's go and stick these down, or should we leave that to the end? Let's get on with some other bits that I want to stick down. Right, so I've also got some 10 mil lace that I'm going to use. I wanted to, like on the other one, I wanted to stick this along where the 2 join. So I quite fancied that. So I've got my fabric tack ready to go here, and we are going to run that down there. I must say I've thoroughly been enjoying, and still am enjoying, the videos that everybody's put together for the collaboration. If you have been on holiday and or not on your YouTube and have missed anything, well, you haven't missed it, because it's still running until the 15th of April actually. I encourage you to come and follow along. Now, Rach has put together an excellent link tree. You can find everything you need. The schedule of who's taking part is there, as well as the kits and where you can get them. They are on 40% off, the digitals. If you don't have a printer, you can get a printed copy on Rachel's side and mine, so that's an option. There's just everything you need to know there. So she's also got a Ko-fi shop and her Etsy, and I've got an Etsy and a web shop. Go and have a look. They won't be on 40% forever, obviously. Right, so we've got that there. I did want to stick this little sentiment, and you know, with me there are no boundaries for things. I just go right over them because I quite like blending the 2 together. So I've got this, the birds and the bees one, and I thought that looked quite nice. So I'm just going to, I should have just left this off, but it's coming to the end of the bottle, so I've got it upside down in a glass here, just so that I don't have to wait every time and drive you all mad. Right, so we'll put that just over there, I think. Now this bit doesn't fold, so you know, it's just there that's going to fold, and there. So what we do on in between is absolutely, you know, whatever. Right, I've got these lovely fussy cut boots. I'm going to put them just over there, just up to the fold line. I thought those were lovely. So Just sort of giving this a very light distress ink, but do whatever suits you and whatever your style is. I love my vintage photo, but I don't like it too dark, but that's just because of my type of style. But everybody's different. It doesn't mean that it's right or wrong, you know. Do what you enjoy, and it doesn't have to be vintage photo. You can use any color that you like. Right, so there's the fold line. I'm going to go just up to it, and we're going to stick that there. There we go. And then I thought over here, what should I put? I was going to put them sticking out of the grass there. I do love them. I do love them. We'll come back to that. I have got for this side a little jug, but I'm not sure if I don't want to just put those there. I think I'll put them there. Right. Let's do that. On the other one, I fussy cut the freebie flowers out, but we don't have to have stuff everywhere. Right, so that's going to go there. Oh, I love the little animals. Right, okay, and then what else did I want to do? I wanted to stick on that ruffle. So I think we're going to stick this double-sided one, I'm just checking I've got the right one, and put it over here. So let's gauge it. Now I'm going to do it halfway. So the stitch line is going to be my guide. So let's get it on the edge here. Okay, so I'm going to use that as the guide, and over here as well. I'm going to give it a little pull just so it makes it straight. And I've got that Swiss dot facing up like that. So I'm quite happy with that. That looks cute. And then when we look at it this side, look how lovely that looks. Yeah. So while it's still got a little bit of give, I'm just making it a little bit straighter. Right, so that's going to dry. While I'm waiting, I've got the light blue lace, and I'm going to stick that, just over there, I think. Okay, we'll get that facing this way, so let's do that. And if I pull it right to the top and give it a little pull, it pulls it straight. All right, so we're coming along nicely. We've got that there. We can go and stick this one on, and then we've done all the goodies there. Now this one is going to go just over here, and sticking the whole thing right down. Ruffles add such amazing texture. I love the ruffles, and I don't do enough of them, but yeah, you guys have inspired me. So there we go. Again, I've got some of that Swiss dot on the top there, and I'm going to just pull this down a little bit just so that it can meet on the bottom. Okay, there we go. Right, with this one I've got 2 die cuts, and I do like to put die cuts on my ruffles, so I'm going to have this one going a little bit over, and then this is those funky flowers or artsy flowers, I think Tim Holtz. These are Tim Holtz goodies. I am going to use the fabric tack because it's going on the fabric. Need a little, my Yankee candle. It's a good one, eh? There we go. We'll put that there for the moment. I know you can see absolutely nothing now, but in the meantime, I'm taking a flower petal. This is one of my hydrangea petals. I am putting a little daisy in the middle. You can put buttons, you can use whatever you have, and I'm going to put loads of fabric tack on there. Thank you, Yankee. Oh, look at that. It was a good press there, and just mindful of that fold line, so I'm going to just get that over there and get that Yankee candle on there again. Oh, it's a big one, that one. Okay, let me show you what I was thinking for here. Right, so what I did was I cut out a little square of fabric, just enough so that you've got literally 1/8 of an inch on either side there, and really it is only, well, it was 4 inches when I cut it out, and I've just sewn it over like that, and then I've sewn around the edge just for the fraying, you know, because it does fray, and I'm going to stick that down over there. But I have learned. Right, let's take off the Yankee Candle. If we need something, these are actually great to use. I was gifted these long ago. And I've taken one of the pockets. Now, this pocket is slightly too wide, so I have folded it 1/4 of an inch in. All right, so I just scored it, and I folded it 1/4 of an inch from the original fold line. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you what I do. I am going to just take off the extra, if I can get it to go straight, of course. Doesn't have to be dead straight, you're not going to see it. All right, and then at the bottom there, where the new fold line is, and you've got a 90-degree angle, you want to go to the bottom, cut up to that, and away. All right, so you've got that. And then you can go and fold that over, and there you've got the right size. Okay, this one comes from the add-on kit, and there you can see it's a lot better in size. Now I'm going to stick this. Is that straight-ish? Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to get the fabric tack on the edge here. Over here, gosh, the glue. I've got my little flower. I think I've got a yellow one and an ivory one. So we've got a bit of a minted, a turquoisey one here. I'm going to stick on there, and then I'll put that on the top, and then that's all the colors pretty much. Okay, so let's get that on. So we want some glue on the petal. We want to just get that there. Is it just me? There's always singing going on. It's because of the songs I hear when I'm crafting. And they sort of stay, they've got earworms, that's what it's called, isn't it? And they're stuck in my head now. Right, so we've got that there. Might want to put a little something on there. A little something. Do we want to put this on there? Or do we want a fussy cut? What about the hedgie? Hedgie, you're going on. So yeah, as I said, I've got all the creatures. The only ones I haven't added on here are the field mice. They might need to show up in another kit somewhere. I have an idea. Right, so we're going to just tuck that underneath there. Okie dokes, it's coming along. I can let that pretty much go. Yeah, it's pretty much done. I'll just do that one. This one's ready. I love that. I love it. Right, so we've got that there. Let's see, I can turn that over. I've got it all going on there. Probably need a little sentiment or something over here. That's what's missing. My field notes. Because why not? And I am going to just take this one right here. That looks like the job. Okay, this wasn't part of the plan. This is what happens when you subsequently think it needs something else. We're going to go with the blue. So I've got the speckled egg, duck egg blue. Let's just turn this so it's in position. Look at my desk here. I have got a new one coming, but it's the Easter holiday weekend, isn't it? Right, so I've just put that on there, and I'm just thinking I want that here. Right, have a dry. I'll put that over there to clean, and then I think with this one I'm going to just do the edges with a bit of vintage photo. It looks better, and yeah, I wanted just to lap that a bit. That looks better. Okay, I don't just like things placed in the middle that aren't sort of grouped. I think that's what it is. I like some kind of a grouping. What am I like? Right, so we've got Crazy Plant Lady. Do we want a little butterfly as well? Yeah, quite like that. Okay. Yes, she's gone nuts. You're quite right, I have, long ago. But it's all right. I'm in my happy space. Okay, so we'll have that up there. There we go. That's better, isn't it? All right, so the light went off, so I just had to plug that in quickly. Okay, so I'm going to put these 4 daisies on here quickly. The others I put on the outside, but I think I've got enough on there, so I've just spaced them really. It goes with the field with all the daisies in them. So yeah, ever so quickly. So this side, I'm pretty happy with everything. I think I'm happy with that. And then on this side, I could have done with a little something, but I'll get back to that. And I don't think I'm going to put anything else on here. I'm quite happy with all of that. So all that really remains to be done now is to decorate. So I didn't distress this, so I'm just taking my ephemera and my ephemera back onto the lace paper so it's nice and robust, and I'm going to put that one in there like that. Then I've got a smaller little one that I thought would look cute in there, and then we've got a little tag as well, which I made from Rachel's little tags that she has. Sorry, I'm just cutting off this thread. So they were the plain ones. I've just stuck on these 2 fussy cuts and stitched around it. There we go. And that I'm going to put in there. Can go in there. Makes no difference really. So we've got that going on there. Then we'll go over here because that's clipped down. I'm going to take that long tag, and this is going to go into this bit over here. Okay, then this one, it'll be like this. This will close like that, and then you want to get your tag into this one. So it's one of these. I'm going to put the yellow one because we've got that there. So let's get this in here like that. Yeah, and then the very last one can go in here. I'm not sure if it'll fit in properly because of the clips. Now at the moment this is open and these 2 aren't going to sit really well. They can move, you know, but once this is stitched in you won't have that problem. And you can either stitch there or you can leave it or glue it. It's up to you, but I'm going to leave it. All right, so that will be fine. Just like this once I've got these 2 in place. So that's so cute, isn't it? Right, we can take these off now, hopefully. And we've got that. There we go. This one can move over just a little bit. Like that. Double-sided ribbon, isn't it beautiful? And then that's ready to go into our journal. So there we go. We've got that one like that and that one like that. I like it. Right, so it's just a case of finding a signature for it. turn that one around like that. And I need to find a place for this, but it could go anywhere really. What's on that side? Oh, that's nice. We'll put that in there. We've got that there. I've just turned that page around, and I think I'm going to put that in here like that. Yeah, so it's in this one. Gertie, as Julie said. So there we go. And those can go further down. Right. So that's where I'm going to put this one. I've just turned this page the other way around, which is fine because we've got that there. So that's cool. We've got those there. And that all looks good. You don't have to do that, of course, but that's what I'm doing for that one. This one already, that one's got that in the middle, so I'm not going to put anything in there. Our center spread for this one was the blooming bunting, which I love. So that's in there. And then the last one is the other one I put in over here. So I'm just trying to find it. So we've got that. I put those tags over there. This is where I've put this one. All right, so it's in the middle of this, and then I've just got that book page, which is so pretty, going to go just over there. I'll end up putting something here because that's a tuck spot, so there will be bits going in there. And there we go. Our job done for the day. All right, everyone, thank you so much for following along. If you've stuck with me this far, I do appreciate it. I really do. I'm going to have some fun and make some more bits to go into these journals. I want to have it finished for you by mid-April so that I can show you how it looks in totality once it's finished. Go and have a wonderful remainder of your Easter weekend. Hopefully you've got lots of time to relax and see the family, etc. And I will see you again on Tuesday with another little video. All right, everyone, stay well. Bye-bye.